Dream Sprout Stories.
Welcome to Dream Sprout Stories, where every story helps us grow. Today we bring you the charming tale of The Princess and the Pea, a story about honesty, royalty, and finding true worth in unexpected ways. Join us as we journey to a grand castle where a simple test proves the courage and truth of a princess's heart. Once upon a time, there was a prince who wanted to marry a real princess. He traveled far and wide, visiting every kingdom, but he could never find the right one. Some princesses were beautiful but rude, while others were kind but didn't seem to be true royalty. The prince wanted someone who was both kind and a real princess. He was very sad because it seemed impossible to find her. The prince's parents, the king and queen, grew worried about their son. "What if he never finds his princess?" the queen said. The king sighed and said, "Perhaps we're being too picky, my dear. Maybe true love doesn't need all these rules." But the prince wouldn't give up. He believed there was a real princess out there somewhere, someone who was just as kind and good as she was royal. One stormy night, as lightning flashed and thunder roared, someone knocked on the door of the castle. The wind howled through the trees and rain poured down in sheets. The king himself opened the door and found a young woman standing in the rain. Her clothes were soaked and her hair dripped water everywhere, but she held her head high and said, "I am a princess. May I stay here for the night?" The queen, who was a very clever woman, looked at the girl and smiled. "We'll see if you're truly a princess," she thought. She invited the girl in and had the servants prepare a room for her. The prince noticed how polite and grateful the girl was, even though she was cold and wet. "She seems kind," he thought, "but is she really a princess?" In the guest bedroom, the queen decided to give the girl a secret test. She placed a single pea under 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. Then she called the servants to pile them up high. "If she's a real princess," the queen thought, "she'll feel the pea even through all those layers." The girl climbed up the tall bed with the help of a ladder. "Thank you for your kindness," she said before she went to sleep. "I hope I won't be a bother to anyone." Meanwhile, the prince couldn't stop thinking about her. "She has such a kind heart," he said to the queen. "But how can we be sure she's truly a princess?" "Wait until morning," the queen said with a knowing smile. The next morning, the queen asked the young woman how she had slept. The girl looked tired and a little grumpy. "Oh, it was terrible," she said. "I couldn't close my eyes all night. Something hard was under my bed, and now I'm black and blue all over. It was horrible." The queen clapped her hands in delight. "Only a real princess could be so sensitive," she exclaimed. "No one else would feel a tiny pea through all those mattresses and feather beds." The prince was overjoyed. "She's not just kind," he said. "She's also a true princess. I've finally found the one I've been searching for." The castle was filled with excitement as the news spread. The servants prepared a grand feast, and the royal family welcomed the young woman as one of their own. She and the prince spent time together, talking about their dreams and hopes. The more they got to know each other, the more they realized how much they cared for one another. Soon the prince and the princess were married in a beautiful ceremony, attended by people from all the kingdoms. The queen made sure to keep the pea, placing it in a glass case and telling everyone the story of how it proved the princess's true royal nature. The princess, now part of the royal family, helped the prince bring kindness and fairness to the kingdom. She always remembered the stormy night that changed her life and taught everyone that true worth is about more than appearances. It's about the heart. And so they lived happily ever after.
Thank you for listening. Subscribe for more stories.